The Dark in Store.
Right. I got a special guest today. He's a gay.
Hello, I'm Blue Jean.
Yeah.
And I'm a faggot.
He's gay. He can say these words. I'm not allowed to.
I'm offended.
Right. So we got a gay here today.
My friend.
He loves cock. We got a list of topics we're going to get through with a gay. So
straight man asks a gay question.
Yeah,
so
yeah. We thought it would be fitting for the channel to get a gay on here, just to balance things off.
Is this the first gay you've ever had on this channel?
First gay ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, first openly gay.
Who was the closet gay?
Well, I don't know. Probably loads of them. Yeah.
I've never been fisted.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, I thought you told me you had.
No.
Oh, I swear you did.
We'll get into that later,
Okay,
though.
alright.
So we've got a list of topics today we're going to get through. We'll go through them in the usual abrupt and emotionless style. But as we've got a guest here, I'm going to have to try and be a little bit nicer than usual. Right, so the first topic we're going to do is vagina jizz.
Well, I want to debunk the myth.
Okay.
Do vaginas squirt cum like a dick?
I'm going to say no.
So what about those porn videos where
It's just piss.
I swear it's just.
You can squirt without having an orgasm, but you can have an orgasm and squirt.
So how did you work this out?
Me personally,
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a vagina, right? So I had to borrow one and do trial and error.
I've seen those videos and it like squirts across the room.
That's what I'm talking
What the
about.
fuck?
There's 3 types of vaginas. There's the normal one. There's the one that's got a bit of a grip to it, and then there's the one with the grip of a 60-year-old dock worker.
Yeah.
Internal, snap your dick off.
Don't vaginas, aren't there innies and outies, like belly buttons?
We'll get into flaps later.
Okay.
Yeah, a vagina is a muscle. So
Yeah.
they can be really strong.
So they can contract really, really hard. And if they contract really, really hard, that's also maybe contracting your bladder really hard, which squirts out urine.
Okay, there's this thing in the gay world that people always talk about. Obviously I'm like still in my 20s, so it's not a concern. But
Yeah.
they talk about guys having so much sex when they're young that their
Yeah.
anuses get so loose that they need to wear a nappy.
That doesn't understand poo dynamics. Poo dynamics states, the book of poo dynamics states that there's 2 sphincters, right?
Yeah,
There's the sphincter, which is your bumhole,
Right.
right?
Then there's
The,
a
what-
tract.
that's the sphincter that you lust after as a gay man.
You make it sound so sexy.
You request photos of on the internet. You go, oi, send us a picture of your lower sphincter. Yeah. And then there's the upper sphincter that holds the poo in, and that's the one that grips like fuck when you're running from the bus stop
to the toilet.
to the toilet and you're going, oh, and
Yeah.
like you're undoing your belt.
Right.
I don't know.
That's what they're saying, that it loses grip because
But
you have
how
some...
though?
They say that about vaginas too, and it's not possible.
Oh, because that was my next question is,
Yeah.
do vaginas lose grip?
No.
Do vaginas lose grip? Don't use the bit where my voice cracked. I said vagina and my voice just broke. I don't know what that's saying.
Nah,
Clearly I'm not comfortable with the word.
well, they do, but they don't lose grip from having knobs going in them.
So why do women use cucumbers to exercise their vaginas? Well, they don't.
She's
Okay,
not-
so childbirth. What about guys that get fisted then?
Well, I was actually asking Owen about this the other day. I was saying how, like, if it's a muscle and it can't be loosened, then how do people take fists so easily?
I don't
Do you
know.
train it?
I don't know that it's easily.
Is it a relaxation thing?
This
Maybe
podcast
they're
is
just
writing
used to it.
itself.
Maybe
Lot-
they're just used to it.
Lots of poppers, probably.
I reckon it's like touching your toes. You know when you first think, oh, I want to touch my toes, and then you try and you can't do it, and then after a while you loosen your body a bit and you can touch your
Yeah.
toes. Right? It's
Well,
like
yoga.
yoga, anal
Yeah.
yoga.
The funny thing is I still can't touch my toes.
Really?
Can you get fisted though?
No, I've never been. And Carly thinks I've been fisted. Oh, sorry, what's your name on the internet?
Oh, it's Carly's fun.
She thinks I've been fisted, but I've never been fisted. And I've never wanted to be fisted.
No, me neither. Right, so you know more about a larger variety of men's penises than I do.
I just got this message on Grindr.
Yeah.
So I got this message and it says, "Hey, I'm looking for a guy to humiliate my tiny cock.
Oh,
Let's see how small
Can
it
you
is.
describe this for me, Owen?"
That looks like you're looking front on on a little tiny snail in a garden with its shell behind it.
No, it looks like a giant nipple on a tiny hairy boob.
It looks like a particularly vicious skin tag that needs to be taken off.
Yeah.
With a heated coil of metal.
You're right. It looks like it needs to be surgically removed.
Yeah. That's quite small.
I've never seen a dick that small.
My dick's been that small once. I went in the sea once and it was fucking freezing and my knob went inverted.
And your balls went up inside you.
My balls were just like a flat 2D painted on version of a nutsack.
It's actually got a bit of girth, though, for a small one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine then. The next section is called Gay to Straight, Straight to Gay. And it involves me asking my friend...
Asking
Blue Jean questions about being gay, and then he's going to ask me questions about not being gay. My first question to him is, how old were you when you knew that you were gay?
I was probably 10 years old.
And you're 23 now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's only been like 12 years really of gayness.
Yeah.
All right. And then, okay, next question then. Did you tell your parents?
Well, when I was probably about 12, I tried to tell my mum, and she said, if you're gay, why do you have posters of Kylie Minogue and Madonna on your wall?
There you go.
She was like, is this a front?
Yeah.
And then she offered to buy me a straight porn magazine so I could, like, work it out.
When you were a teenager, did you ever bring boyfriends or boys you're interested in back home?
Okay, so I'll just go back to the coming out thing, because I tried to tell her at that age, and then just nothing came of it. She didn't believe at the end. Mm-hmm. And then I was actually really sick, and I was in hospital. And my parents cleaned my bedroom while I was in hospital.
While you were in hospital, had you wanked yourself into hospital? You've been trying to get a boner from this straight porn mag and you just ripped all the skin off your cock because nothing was happening.
I had this, like, sex diary. My dad found it and read it.
Then he had to go to hospital from wanking.
Yeah, and so my parents sat me down. They're like, oh, we found this diary, blah, blah, blah. And then my dad was like, he said, I'll never be able to look at a black man the same way again.
All right, then. So next question then.
But don't you want to know what the stories were?
Well, no. Okay then. So when you were younger, did you have a type?
Yeah, black men.
What is it about...
Actually, my first crush was Peter Andre.
Who's he?
He tried to turn himself into a black man with a tanning, didn't he?
He?
Peter Andre.
He's from here. He's from
Australia. Yeah, right.
Oh, I don't think I know who he is.
He was big in England.
You've got this
Done,
thing
yeah.
called bad taste in
Shut up,
music.
fuck off, mate. Absolutely fuck off. Right, so you liked black men. Do you still like black men?
Yeah, but there's so few of them in this country.
Oh, yeah?
And I had a crush on Michael Jackson, and I wanted...
Before he was white.
No, when he was white.
Oh, okay, yeah.
When I was 13.
Well, you'd have been absolutely perfect for him then, wouldn't you?
I know.
Yeah, you missed your chance there, mate. Your window was gone.
know.
You peaked early.
I could be a millionaire.
You could be Macaulay Culkin.
My dad went through my room once and found a piece of paper, but it didn't have anything sexual, and thank God. It was just about me saying, fuck the world, I'm going to change the world. Blah, blah.
28 years old she was.
Yeah.
All right, then. Another question. Does your bumhole get sore?
Yes.
Have you ever been hospitalised
No.
due to bumming?
No, it would more get sore when I was younger because, yeah, if you don't relax, it hurts.
Right.
But once you get used to it, you relax more. But I have a really
Go on.
tight hole.
It's got a tight bumhole.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
naturally, so... Yeah.
I've got a question about tops and bottoms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hang on a minute. Bear in mind, my listeners don't know anything apart from what is the best rear mech on a bike. So,
Yeah,
what's a top and what's a bottom?
yeah.
Well, a top is the guy that puts his dick in the arse, and a bottom is the guy that takes the dick in his arse.
So, would that be equivalent to the sort of male-female dynamic in a straight relationship, kind of? Was it more complicated than that?
Well,
Well, that sort of
it
thing.
can be, but not always.
Right.
Like you might be dominant in the bedroom, but then not in general. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. So how do you learn which you are, and can you be both?
Right.
That's my
Yeah,
question.
lots of people are both.
What are you?
Oh, so they are.
What are you?
I'm mostly bottom.
Mostly bottom.
Yeah.
But you wake up one day and go, fucking, I'm a top today.
Yeah, today I'd really like to fuck an ass.
Fucking
yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this your listeners gonna freak out when they hear this?
No, the stuff that I'd say is
quite
worse than this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're nice people.
Wow.
They're not horrible.
That's not. I think that's a push. They're not nice people. They're cunts.
That's not true.
All of them. All my listeners
What's
are cunts.
the benefit of being a nice person?
None. Don't get to be in my little cult. Yeah. All right. So there's tops and bottoms. Say if you go to a gay bar, or you meet a man who you think, right, he's gay. Can you suss him out as being a top or a bottom without, like, with minimal clues? Is there?
Only via stereotypes.
What are the stereotypes?
Like, obviously, a top. If someone's really straight acting, you'll assume they're a top.
Right.
Or if someone's more effeminate, you'll assume they're a bottom. But it's not always the case.
So you can be sort of confounded by that. Here's one then. If you go on a date with a man and you decide to take things to the bedroom and you figure out that you're both the same thing, like you're both tops or you're both bottoms, how does that play out? Does it not work? Do you have to like just bang your bums together like that, or like tap your dicks together? It doesn't work. Or do one of you just go, oh fuck, I'll be the bottom today then? Go on then.
Oh fuck it, I'll take it.
Yeah. Does that happen?
I guess I can't think of a time that's ever happened to me. I guess these days with Grindr and everything, like it tells you on the app what they are, so you already know.
Have you got any questions for Owen?
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you stand the stench of a vagina?
Of a vagina.
I tried to go down on a woman once and it smelled really bad.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's less about the smell and all that. It's just that that's my programming.
But do they have a fishy smell to you?
No.
Oh.
When I was younger, lads at school would say things like, vaginas smell fishy, in so many words, right? And I used to think, that sounds not right. But then...
It's not very sexy.
But then I smelt one, and I was thinking, I can see why people think that smells like fish, but that's a very simplistic understanding of the smell. It's like, I think that the people who are saying it smells like fish don't have a sophisticated palate for fannies.
Or
right?
fish.
But I don't think fish smells like fish. I think the idea that something is fishy is that it's gone off.
Oh, okay.
So like when I lived in Japan, I was eating raw fish all the fucking time. And you learn about raw fish over there. And fish only smells if it's gone off. Like a perfectly fresh bit of fish has really no aroma, or a very delicate aroma, very much like a vagina, right? If there's something wrong with the vagina,
I see.
or like something medically wrong with it, yeah, it's going to be fucking kicking out a stench.
Like
So-
that time you went into the toilet after a woman had been in there and you knew that something was wrong with her.
I felt like her vagina had died. So here's a question. Say if the lead singer of Cub Sport turned out to be following in Michael Jackson's footsteps in that sense, and you had a time machine and you could take yourself back to 13-year-old Blue Jean, you took yourself back to 13-year-old Blue Jean, took that 13-year-old back to now, would you offer yourself up to the lead singer of Cub Sport for pedoing?
That is the most fucked up question I've ever been asked.
And the answer?
Well, I would have offered myself up to Michael Jackson, so...
All right, next topic then. Age gap relationships.
It's really common with gay men for
Right.
for a young gay guy to date an older guy. Well, I tried to jump on that bandwagon and I went on Grindr and I set my age limit to like 50 plus, and I just wasn't attracted to anyone in that age bracket. I just don't think I'm shallow enough to do it.
Is there such thing as too big an age gap? Does it get to a point where it's just not going to work?
Yeah, well, I don't really believe in it, any kind of limit based on any external factor. It's just if it works, if it feels right.
Here's one. Have you ever seen two gay men having a punch-up?
Yes.
Oh, really?
How does that go?
Of course. Well, I saw a couple years ago and one glassed the other in the face.
Deary me.
Yeah.
How does it manifest itself? Is it like two straight guys nailing into each other, or is it like a bit pushy, shovey, slightly?
I mean, it's just the same as any other fight.
Right.
But they probably have sex afterward.
Probably.
It turns into an orgy usually.
Love it.
He's like, he throws a punch, he's like, hang on a minute. How did they get up there?
Yeah, it's like goes to punch him and then he just ends up getting his fist right
He
inside
turns around
him.
and catches it in his bumhole like that. Yes, gotcha. Gotcha.
But no, I've never been fisted and I don't want to be.
Another question. Serious question. When you were younger, did you ever... Disgusting.
I'm straight acting, boys.
Well, he's not, because that smelt like semen. All right. You don't fool me,
Smell
Blue
like
Jean.
bloody Toblerone.
Yeah. Smell like fucking Tyrone. Back in the 80s, there was this thing called gay bashing.
I thought that was in the 90s in Australia.
Well, all right. I think by the 90s in England, that had sort of stopped.
Yeah,
I mean,
England was so much more progressive
Yeah.
in that sense.
Australia's so bogan still.
Now, does that sort of thing happen nowadays?
I think it would in rural areas, yeah.
Really?
When we
But-
went to the Gold Coast, Owen was wearing a pink top and walking along the beach and someone called him a faggot out the car.
That was good. So have you ever experienced anything like that? Have you ever felt unsafe? Not in a sort of fisted bumhole way.
No, usually people would yell stuff out from their cars
Right.
as they're driving past. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be with my boyfriend, they'd be like, faggot! But they'd never actually do it in a situation where you could confront them. And people would
Right.
throw stuff at us from afar so we couldn't see who it was.
So this would be
Reminds me
you.
of high school.
This would be you
Yeah.
walking along hand in hand with your boyfriend or something like that.
Not even hand in hand, just...
Was it that 69er walk that you'd invented?
I mean,
Where you're-
look, I was sucking him off,
Yeah. He's,
so maybe that gave it away, I don't know.
he's got you like a wheelbarrow. And he's just walking down the road and you're just going, yeah, like that. You know the gay voice, right?
Yeah.
Is it put on?
Oh, someone was telling me the other day, a gay guy was telling me that it's totally put on.
Right.
I think it is.
But I don't know.
I had a few gay friends when I was younger. One in particular, gay friend in school. I wouldn't say he was the classic sort of camp gay voice that people stereotype, but he was definitely very delicate
Okay.
with the way he spoke
Yeah.
and his mannerisms and things like that. And that didn't seem put on because he was so young. And we lived in a town where he was sort of the only gay in the village, right?
Right.
So he had no other real way of being influenced by other gay people. So that came from within
Am I delicate?
a bit.
I don't know.
I think that probably when a load of gay guys go out at night to puff if they amp it up for the
Well,
night.
it's just like anyone. Like when you drink a bit or you're with your friends and stuff, you amp up whatever your
You get a
personality
bit
is.
extra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like some guys just get louder and more like manly or
Yeah.
boisterous, and some women get more.
Shrieky.
But gay guys have a lot of like parts of themselves suppressed growing up too, or have done in the past, so that probably amplifies it because there's a part of them that they want to express more dramatically.
Have you noticed this thing that certain Australian women who think they're posh do when they talk? The way they say their T's is weird in the middle of a word.
Yeah, I need an
Right.
example.
On this list of things we were going to talk about, we've got shout-outs, right? They would say shout-outs. It's like a noise.
He always teases me about this. He always
I've
reckons I
nev-
go, like, bottom.
Yeah.
Man, don't do that. I say
Yeah.
bottom.
All right. Thank you to all my fans for listening.
Yeah, thanks to all of Blue Jeans fans for listening.
And
Yeah, thanks.
Well-
Business will be resumed as normal next podcast, all right?
Well-
So just don't worry about it.
oh, you're not going to keep talking about gay sex next week?
In a way, we're talking about bicycles, which is the gayest sport, isn't it?
Well, how is it gay?
Leotards.
Oh yeah, I saw you yesterday in
you
your
like it?
in your get up.
Yeah,
Yeah, especially when you bent over.
yeah.